Hey friends, it's Ashley, your pet content creator coach, and in this video we're talking all about how to improve the professional vibe of your content through your lighting. Now you may have seen that in a lot of my videos I say you have to make your content more professional, make your content more professional, make it more professional. And one way that I say to do that is to improve the lighting. Truly, it just makes a huge difference. But it's been a little challenging because I haven't had a separate video in regard to how to do that. But before we begin, if you are new here, if you're interested in being a content creator, if you want to learn more about influencing, I highly recommend you go to the description of this video, get your 2-day course and your free ebook. This is going to help you get on the right foot if you are interested in being a content creator. All right, we actually have 7 different specific ways that you can do this for free. Now, I use lighting. I do. In my content, I use softboxes, I use handheld lights, I've used ring lights, I use backlighting. There's a lot of stuff that I use, but I have not always done that. And as a coach, I really want my clients to be able to spend as little money as possible and get the best result as possible. So that's what we're going through in this video. Now, the very first one, you may have heard this, but it is by far so true. You need to be utilizing natural lighting. So natural lighting would be through windows. Natural lighting is something to consider in regard to the time of the day. Like the best time would be when there is natural light coming through the window and you are filming with the light, right? So you never want to film against the light. So if the window's here, you don't want to be filming with your camera pointing towards the window. Being near windows is the best because natural lighting just does better than lighting from the ceiling. I actually am filming right now in nighttime and it is without the lights on. This shows you the power of external lighting. But if you don't have that, of course, when you're filming your pets for your pet creator content, you need to probably have some natural lighting. If you don't have the natural lighting, the next best thing, lighting from your ceiling. But this goes into number 2. So if you aren't near windows, or if let's say your cat is doing something really silly, you don't have time to think about windows and stuff, you at least need to turn on the lights in the room. You can turn on your lamps, you can turn on your floor lamps, you can turn on your external lighting. There are lights that you already have that can be really helpful. Now, let's say that's just not enough. Okay, it's nighttime and you're playing fetch off your bed with your cat and you're filming it. What do? Okay, so the next way to improve the lighting on your video content is on your phone when you're filming. Now, this is iPhone. I don't know about Android phones. Honestly, I just haven't owned an Android since like 7th grade. So when you're filming with your iPhone, if you tap on the screen, it'll show the little box and you can increase the brightness of that video. That is a super simple, easy way to improve the lighting. I still do that too. So that is something where if I just don't have the lighting set up perfect, but I need to right then film because my cat's doing something silly, I'll click and improve the lighting right then. The 4th thing to do if you're a little bit more tech savvy is to improve the exposure on your camera. This is something I have just permanently increased the exposure on my camera. So it is something where I am not filming outside, almost never. 99% of the time, my cats are not outside. So I have to be inside. So I've just permanently increased the exposure on my videos and photos. And that's something that I just highly recommend. If you are indoor only pretty much or indoor dominant shooting your content, that you do that as well. If you don't know how to do that, it's just a YouTube video away. The 5th thing to consider if you have a dark pet, so a pet with a dark fur color, or if you have clips of your dog shaking your hand or doing a trick, it would be best if you have, say you have a chocolate lab, if you have them against a white wall, right? Or if you have a white calico cat, that you have them against a darker surface. I know it's always a little bit challenging, but it makes a huge difference with the crispness and clarity of those colors. I guess I'll just stick with the word crisp because truly it does make your video more crisp. Number 6, an easy way that you can adjust the brightness and the lighting of your content is just through your app. So I always recommend using a third-party app like InShot or CapCut, and there are plenty others. But by using one of these, there's a brightness filter, so you can literally improve the brightness. Now, I never recommend taking that scroll and scrolling it all the way to the end because then it has this weird white grainy look. You don't want to do that. But by even going like 1/6 of the way, 1/5 of the way can improve the brightness. I personally, this is a secret, but for most of my branded content, even though I use soft boxes and ring lights and floor lights and backdrops. And number 7, a secret, I won't say this is another way to get lighting, but this is just a tip that I really recommend you consider if you do have any sort of light. Now, I'm not saying like a flashlight, but if you have a cheap ring light or if you have a small light, I mean, I have things like this that people like can hold for me. If you have anything like that, you want to hold it at a 45-degree angle from pet. So let's say I'm your cute dog. You want, let's say you're filming and someone else is holding the light. You do not want it to be right in front. You want it to be out to the side. So this actually makes a huge difference with clarity because it adds some shadows. And so right now, for example, I have my lighting at a 45-degree angle. So you see more of the light here than on this side. And so that is just a way to add depth in your video without trying to manipulate more things for the lighting. So these 7 tips truly, I kid you not, will make a huge difference in the lighting of your content. If you were to improve anything with your content to make it more professional, lighting is pretty much the number one thing that I tell my coaching clients to improve. If you can improve your lighting, your content will look a lot more professional. Now, if you're ready to deep dive more into this type of stuff, you need to join our group coaching online program. It is where you get all access to me and access to tons of other pet influencers who are on this journey alongside with you. And you get an online course with over 50 lessons, over 70 in-depth tutorials and walkthroughs for things like this to help you improve your content. And with that said, I'll see y'all in the next video.